Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of RANTblemancy. Only it's not because it's actually RANTblemancy. Um, so that's fun.
Oh boy.
Um, I would like to just sort of point out what Amethyst Cat Lady just said in the chat right now. That typo is very funny because there is back when we used to do sound checks. There's a little bit behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
Back when we used to do sound checks, there was one. Mostly, sound checks consisted of me telling telling Henry to just talk while I tested the mics, and that was always very fun because as someone with an improv background, well, you can only imagine how that went. And one of my favorites is when I went live to test the mics, and Henry goes, "Welcome to Wrangle, Nancy, where we try to throw a lasso around Pelosi," and it was my favorite thing that he's ever said. Anyway, hello everybody, and welcome.
Absolutely incredible.
It is archived. We have it
We have yeah,
forever.
it's incredible. I'll see if I can find the
Also,
clip later and send that around. But yeah,
Koala, I haven't actually cleaned my room. I've just moved the mess out of the camera shot, which is just an industry trick.
Yeah.
It's all over here now instead of that.
Just precariously piled on top.
Yes.
Man.
Well, anyway, welcome as we continue in our fundraising efforts for Asian Americans Advancing Justice. Give me 1 second. I might sneeze.
Well.
Okay, crisis averted. So, we are going to be continuing our efforts to raise money. I just now realized I did not put the donation bar on the screen. It is a thing that I will do as I run the promos. So, just to give you an idea of what we're doing tonight, here, listen to John's voice while he tells you what's happening. So, here we go.
Hey everyone! The last half of April, Rule of Law is raising funds for Asian Americans Advancing Justice, a national organization devoted to Asian American and Pacific Islander advocacy. We chose this campaign based on their long-standing efforts to achieve equitable civil rights for Asian Americans, and their recent efforts to aid families affected by the violence in Atlanta. Since 1991, AAJC has worked tirelessly to advance civil and human rights for Asian American peoples. In addition to creating spaces for Asian Americans to document and report harassment and cultivating community resources, the charity also hosts bystander intervention, conflict de-escalation, and harassment response trainings. These trainings are hosted online weekly and are open to everyone in order to foster a grassroots movement against the recent spike in anti-Asian hostility. To learn more about Asian Americans Advancing Justice, you can type !charity in the chat. If you'd like to donate, just type !donate to receive the link to our Tiltify campaign. Thanks for your support.
Panic, everybody! Panic!
Okay, no, we're fine.
Welcome back.
Jesus.
What a totally put together operation we have going here tonight.
Yeah. Consummate professionals.
So anyway, as past John said in that recorded snippet, we are raising money for Asian Americans Advancing Justice today, and as you can see now on the screen, because there's a donation bar, and there has been the entire time we've been streaming. What are you even talking about? We are working on. We've actually managed to hit quite a few of our goals during this whole campaign, and we're not even at a week yet, so that's pretty cool. Of the campaign being open, so we have. So tonight we're gonna be giving away some more Astroneer codes, generously provided to us by Genopedia, community manager of Astroneer. So we'll be giving away some more game codes for that. So stick around to potentially win a copy of Astroneer. I will say, just as a thing, I think for the sake of this, I think it's probably fair, right, that if you have won before, that if you have already won a code of Astroneer, please do not enter the the giveaway when it comes about. So but otherwise, it's fair game. And as you can see, we're gonna be starting right now. If you type !ramble in the chat, you can enter to win the giveaway for an Astroneer code. So, only type it once, or Nightbot will disqualify you.
Just the one time.
Just the one time. But as for our other goals, we have unlocked so far as bonus unlockable content. Oh my god, Edgefit. Thank you so much for that donation of $69.69. Nice.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Nice. 420 blazed it. Yes, excellent. Kind of a little late there, bud.
A couple days after the fact.
Couple days late. Although I feel that's probably pretty on brand for 420. So but I will say, so we've unlocked quite a bit of our unlockable content through our donation stuff. So just to go over that, so far we have unlocked at $1,000. We unlocked Caitlin and Olivia's Twilight talk, which I'm very excited about. And apparently so are all of you, if Discord last night was any indication.
So many Twilight gifts. So many Twilight gifts. I had no idea what was going on.
That was wild.
At 1,500, we unlocked the Rule of Lore Among Us stream, featuring the casts of Infinite Horizon and Into Deep, as well as John, who is the only member of Rule of Lore that is not encompassed by either of those two groups. So yeah, we'll have that taking place at some point after the charity. And coming up, the next one, if we reach $3,000 during the course of this campaign, Lucas, will stream my playthrough of the Mass Effect Remastered Edition, which is a thing that I was gonna do anyway. But I'll do it on stream if we get to 3,000, and I'll do it until it's done, and that's gonna be a thing. I don't like solo streaming, but if we get to 3,000, I will do it. So, that's gonna be a thing to look forward to for everybody, except for me. I'm just kidding. I'll have a good time probably.
Truly, the Among Us stream will either be me, as Matt suggested, playing an NPC from the Dreamwell Chronicles, or guesting as myself. But I'm role playing as myself on a spaceship where there's an eldritch monster trying to murder me, which will be wild. I don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah. So, that's what we've got on the table so far. As for donation incentives for tonight, so as you may have noticed, this isn't Ramblemancy. This isn't your mom's Ramblemancy. This is RANTblemancy. I've got some weird energy tonight, so you're just gonna have to go with it. So I've done many stressful things today, and this is the fallout. So tonight, if you donate, I would say if you we actually haven't put an amount on this. So I'm gonna say if you donate $5 or more, you can suggest to us a topic that we can then just rant about. Okay, we haven't really talked about this, so we're gonna lay some ground rules. We haven't really talked about this. So are we ranting as a group about things or individually? You know what?
Both.
But I'll tell you what. I'll say donations of $10 will be a thing where like everybody will rant about it. How about that? That? Or actually, no, sorry. Around $5, everybody rants. $10, you can pick one of us to rant about a thing. How's that?
Oh God.
Right? Yeah, that's
love it.
terrible.
All right.
I love it.
All right. I'm here for this. We have already had a donation, by the way.
That's true.
Edgefit, what would you like?
Oh boy.
Any of us or
and
one of
would
us?
you like us to rant about?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God! Anonymous donated $200.
Oh.
Thank you so much, and holy crap.
All right.
Well then. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow.
Our community is coming for that Mass Effect stream.
They really are.
Yes.
I can see it in the distance.
I have done this to myself. does that mean one of you has to rant for like, no, we will rant until we are unable to continue because otherwise this will go very poorly.
Yeah.
And not in a fun, entertaining way, just in a like, ooh, no, kind of
Maybe
way.
just I don't know. We'll see. Oh my.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Danny
Wait, you've
joked
given me
earlier-
too much power. Yeah, well.
Oh.
Danny joked earlier about pineapple on pizza, and I have opinions. I have opinions. I don't actually feel that strongly about pineapple on pizza, but for the bit, I will go off.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely
Okay.
will go
Yeah.
off about it. I also saw some interesting takes on pineapple on pizza around. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this discourse just kind of circulates every so often.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely does. It certainly is a a hot button issue these days.
Pressing issues in these trying times.
To the point where like legitimately I've seen it as a thing on like dating apps where they're just like, if you don't believe pineapple belongs on pizza, swipe left. Or vice versa,
Whoa.
if you do believe, you know.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's a thing. It's a real thing. A lot of people have a lot of opinions.
Wow. I mean, I think it's all right.
That's
I'm
not in
down.
the spirit of this episode, Freeman. Oh my god. Okay, Danny
True.
donated $5. Pizza toppings, best worst food crimes, underrated. Pineapple sounds horrific until you try it. Hidden gems, cheese amount, sauce amount, and type. Okay. So, pizza hot takes. Oh my god, Edgefit. You don't know what you've done. All right. Let's go through the like
Okay.
our pizza hot takes here. So, this is for everyone. Oh my god. Geek Outs, thank you for the $20. Oh my gosh, 5 favorite not fruit rant example chili jalapenos, and then for the $10 Freeman favorite cryptid rant, and then worst food crime. Okay, so that's a whole bunch of them. So let's get this.
Okay,
let's
all
get
right,
these in
all right, we got
order. So everybody, from what I see, like Danny donated 5, so we're just gonna all start ranting about our pizza hot takes. So John, you've got something to say. I can see it in your eyes. Let's go.
Okay, all right. Here it is. Here's my pizza hot take, which is that like we do all of the time, we do savory and sweet together, right? We have barbecue is a thing that exists, okay? We put sweet things and we put tangy things on meat and then we eat them. We do this all of the time. Pineapple on pizza is hot take, no different. And I understand that like you can get a kind of like off-putting difference in like textures, or they can kind of soggy. And like, sure, I'm here for that. That is a problem that is not native to the pineapple. I feel like that is a problem that is native to the process, right? So pineapple on pizza, absolutely justified. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we as a society should just understand that this is a totally okay thing and move on with our lives, you know?
Yeah, my hot take here, quite frankly, is that there are when it comes to like pineapple on pizza, there's no hot take. This is a non-issue, people, okay? Some people like pineapple, some people don't. Some people like it on their pizza, some people don't. Some people have a problem with Canadian bacon, and I have a problem with those people. So let's be real here, okay? This is a non-issue. Okay, we as a society, as John said, need to move beyond this discussion entirely. Like, just completely get over it. We just need to, do the whole thing. Build a bridge and get over it. Okay, I'm done.
All right. Okay, I see where you're coming from, John, but I'm actually going to play devil's advocate, and I think it has no place on a pizza because here's the thing about pizza. It's spice. It's supposed to be got the spice, the flavor. It's supposed to have all these things, and then you put a fruit on it. A fruit that not only is eating your mouth as you are eating it. Like, what more are you asking for? Like, what kind of experience do you want? Do you want the food to eat you back? No, I don't think you do.
I
mean,
mean,
why do we put the pineapple on this pizza? Is the pineapple, in fact, eating the pizza for you as you're eating it, as it's eating you? I think I completely went off the rails with this, but I think you know what I mean. I think some of you agree with me.
No. I think we're onto something here. That's why the pizza is soggy. The pineapple has been digesting it in between being cooked and it arriving at the table. We've cracked the code, Freeman. We've cracked the code.
Yeah. Wow.
Plus, like, can you and like I'm gonna make actually another argument in favor of pineapple on pizza, and it's, can you get a better eldritch horror experience than your food consuming you as you consume your food?
That's pretty
Right.
metal, man.
You gain sustenance as whatever eldritch gods invented the pineapple also gain their sustenance from you.
Actually,
Right.
seems like an even trade. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's just like it's the universe inflicting, or like, you know,
It's a
in writing,
classic. It's a
ordering
classic
something
literal.
yourself.
If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. If you can't stand to be eaten by your food, then you don't deserve to eat food.
Wow.
Oh my God! If you can't handle me at my pizza, you don't deserve me at my pineapple.
Okay. Whoa.
Rantblemancy,
Ooh, boy.
everyone.
All right. We all
Yeah.
good. Everybody good on the pizza.
No, I'm good. Well, I suppose Geekouts also made an excellent point when he said that peppers are considered fruits, right? So we put fruit on pizza all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a totally normal thing.
All right. Well,
shucks.
Edgefit asked me to rant about why Lost is bad.
Yes.
And listen, okay, so full disclosure, it has been many, many years since I've seen Lost, and I only watched up until about like maybe until the end of the third season, and then I just said absolutely not. So I'm not exactly an authority or able to fully remember a lot of stuff, but that's not gonna stop me. So, number one, love triangles with no chemistry. All right, it's so clear that the whole time they're setting up this love triangle between Kate and Jack and Sawyer, but like it's so clear that the show really wants you to see Jack and Kate as being like the main couple, and Sawyer is just sort of like this thing, right? Except they did the classic thing, right? Where Kate has so much more chemistry with Sawyer than she does with Jack. And so it's just like it's the worst thing. It's honestly one of the worst things that has ever like one of the worst tropes that has ever been conceived of in any kind of writing is the love triangle. And then you add in the love triangle, will they, won't they trope together. Gah. And look, okay, they had a cool thing going with like the mystery of the island, where there's just like this bizarre black mist floating around and doing weird shit and abducting people or whatever it was doing. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. But it was cool. It was interesting. It was a mystery. Also, there are polar bears, and you know what their answer to the polar bear thing was? Like, oh, it was a research facility and there were polar bears here. Like, yes, I know there were polar bears. Why? Like, why polar bears? What is happening? Like, can you really not just come up with like something better than just saying like hello, Olivia. Can you really not come up with something better than just saying the reason there are polar bears here is because there were polar bears here? Like, there was something cool and bizarre and kind of cosmic horror-y about it, and then they're just like, oh no, there's totally logical explanations. Also, at the end of the series, they're all in purgatory the whole time. That was the whole thing. They're all dead. And I'm like, anyway, that's all I got.
Yeah, no. How does the polar bear
That's not
factor
true,
into it?
says Olivia. They weren't all dead. Okay, well,
They weren't all dead. They weren't
that's
all
also true.
dead.
That was not an incorrect statement.
No, but I think it might have been a cooler show premise.
Anyway. All right. Good. Excellent. That we got there. They weren't all dead, but they were certainly all dad. When we do our Lost podcast, you will learn. I refuse. No. To learn,
Watching
not
Lost
to do the podcast.
Watching Lost felt like reading someone's unfinished fan fiction, where after each chapter they took advice in the comments on where the plot should go.
There you go. Yes, perfect.
Karaoke night coming in with just the brilliant roast.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So now that we've pissed off Olivia, Geekouts had 3 of them, donated $20 for 3 different rants. So for everybody, favorite fruit, not fruit rant, example, chili, jalapenos, etc. So for Freeman specifically, favorite cryptid rant, and then for all of us, once again, worst food crime. So let's start with favorite fruit, not fruit, since I think we'll be able to get that one out of the way really quick. So, favorite fruit, not fruit, or not fruit, fruit. Wait,
All right.
I've got one, and it harkens back to our earlier thing of like, of right people who consider this is a real story, by the way. This isn't for the bit. This is a real thing. I once met somebody who unironically considered ketchup to be a fruit because tomato is, and that I don't have a real rant about that. I'm just pissed off about that still to this day. It's been like 12 years and I'm still mad about it. Anyway, that's all I got.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I learned something very recently that just like completely blew my entire world at like and I have not recovered since. And now I'm just angry. I'm angry at this fruit for having deceived me my whole life and having tricked me into thinking that not only was it a fruit, but that it was a berry. And it's not true. A strawberry is in fact not a berry. It is a rose. It has the flower, or like it has the seeds on the outside. Like it's a flower, like
Yeah.
it's a flower. It is the fruit of a flower. You are not eating the ovary of the plant, which is what a fruit is.
This is a smear campaign by Big Berry to get us all to believe the wrong information. You wake up, sheeple.
Wake up, sheeple. Yes, I did. That is in fact what I said, Koala. That is what we're talking about here. So strawberry is a plant and anything beyond that doesn't matter. Yes, I suppose, but like it's jarring to me that every single other berry is like a berry, and then like but strawberries are not.
Oh. Huh.
I don't understand.
Today's educational rant brought to you by Geek Outs with it for his donation.
Well, listen, here's what I got to say about bananas. Are you ever on the road or you're on the run and you just need a quick snack, but you don't want to get your hands
for banana.
You don't want to get your.
Is this an commercial for banana?
Big bananas coming in hot. Like
with me.
Who sponsored everybody? Sponsor us, bananas. No.
Bear with me. Yeah, I lost it. No, bananas. They're packaged for you with the protection layer and the layer that protects your fingers from getting sticky. You can eat an apple, sure, but that leaks juices on you. You could eat anything, any fruit, and it would leak juices on you, but the banana is contained.
Yes.
Right.
I also do genuinely like bananas. Like I'm not making that. I like bananas.
And I might add that the wrapper for a banana is in fact biodegradable. Just throw it out the window of your car, and you've got in a few days some viable compost.
Or a booby trap.
Danny says we talked about Big Berry to hide the fact that Freeman is sponsored by Big Banana. Yeah, that's true. And a comedy prop. Excellent point, Ajafit. Yeah.
Think of right. Actually, this is Remy actually just part of the cycle of the comedy bit. Like a person eats a banana and throws the banana peel out their window, and then that becomes part of Big Banana's investment in cartoon accidents. So it's all connected, man. You just have to open your eyes. You have to look.
Cartoon banana peel bits from like going all the way back. All it is just an attack ad campaign. It's to like destroy the reputation of bananas and banana peels so that people don't. I'm gonna stop. This isn't the conspiracy theory episode.
I mean, it is rantblemancy.
That's true.
What was the other comment? Oh my God, Amethyst. Am I alluding to the return of Pierre? No, I am not. Please don't. Oh, I mean, you have the power to make me go off about Pierre.
Will there be a conspiracy theory episode?
Beepus.
Oh my.
Probably not.
I don't know. I think everybody on this show has had at least one of the two of their COVID jabs. So all of us have been 5G-ified. So
That's true. That's true.
I'm a walking hotspot, baby.
Yeah, but between the three of us, we have 2 fully vaccinated people. So
it's true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what, 4 shots? Well, that makes 20G, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
That's how it works. Or is it multiplicative? Wow. I don't even know.
I don't know.
Oh God, is it exponential?
5 times 5 times 5.
Oh man, is it a microfiber made of like glass? I'm wondering. Okay, no, I don't.
Anyway, this is an entirely deranged episode, and I'm very here for it.
Yeah, absolutely unhinged. 69G, nice.
Jesus.
Olivia's correct. Legally obligated statement. We at Rule of Law encourage and trust vaccines. Yes, and you should get one as soon as you are able to do so.
Yes, you should.
Anyway, just gotta throw that little disclaimer in here. Thank you, Olivia. Olivia is our legal team. Olivia, when we refer to Rule of Law legal, we're talking about Olivia. Anyway, all right. I think we had some more rants. Freeman, favorite cryptid rant. Let's go.
Like my own or that I've heard of my own.
Oh, whatever. Like no,
whatever.
Like, whatever.
I was just
whatever you want.
Cool. Let me not think about it too much because I just love that whether they exist or they don't, I know that I am one. And here's the story behind that. Listen, I went many years ago in high school. This is a story, this is not a rant. This is a story. I'm going to try to just say it in a ranty way. I went to this place that we have here, and the fort. We call it the fort, and we used to go down to these bunkers, and we learned the lay of the land, and we would like hide in these little places, and we like open and close doors, and we would like scare people. And it was the thing we did in high school. And shoot forward many years, there's a YouTube video of I forget the YouTube video's name, but it's showing like top
10 photos that have skeptics stumped or something.
Stumped. And the last one is of some like of this place, this location. I instantly like tuned in. I was like, oh hey, this is where I'm from. And it's talking about the deceased like soul or ghost of a soldier that like shot himself or did something, and it's just like a picture. This is a creepy picture of someone hiding in this little nook, and they've got like this red face and their eyes are glowing, and they're saying some say is like haunting these bunkers to this day. And I'm just like looking really close, and I like pause and I rewind a little bit and I rewatch it, and it's me in this picture, completely blurred out, looking really creepy, I will admit. And I just look at this and I start laughing. I'm like, hey mom, I'm on YouTube. And I send this video to
Look, mom, I'm on YouTube.
I'm on YouTube unintentionally. So I love that that's on YouTube. And I go onto that video to now, like not today, but like in the like last year sometime. I look at all the comments, and all the comments that make me giggle, I like all the comments, and I'm just waiting to like drop a comment. I just don't know how to word it yet. Like, yes, this me.
Literally nobody's going to believe you.
No, that's why I haven't like done it. It's like this is not going to make any kind of traction. So I just keep liking the people's comments that I find hilarious and funny. Like,
we should okay. Rant aside, we should try to recreate that photo sometime.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
We should do that. I don't know why this is the first time I've thought about that. Oh my God.
Oh man. So like Now, if I try to climb up there, though, I'm gonna probably be like squeezing really hard.
Oh, you're gonna eat shit constantly.
Yeah, no,
at
I'm
least
gonna
3 times before you get
I'm gonna have
there.
to I'm gonna have to learn. I'm gonna have to like lose another 30 pounds. All
At
right.
least that's how many times I ate shit before I went up there. So
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
last time. Anyway, yes, Amethyst, contact BuzzFeed and become one of those. This is how I became a cryptid videos instead of how I became a meme.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
That's
yes.
yeah.
Cool. All right. The other rant that Geekouts had on here was worst food crime for everybody.
Okay.
Man, worst food crime.
Does it have to be our personal food, like a food crime that we committed, or just a food
I think
crime
just
that
in
we
general.
have seen?
In general,
Okay,
it's
okay.
fine.
All right.
Yeah.
I do actually have one here that I just am personally offended by,
Mhm.
right? Listen, I have watched so many hours of cooking shows. Like I started teaching myself to cook when I was like 18 years old or something, like really trying to teach myself to cook. And this involved obviously like watching a lot of actually like serious cooking stuff and reading things like Serious Eats, and like got Chef John from Food Wishes was like a solid chunk of how I learned to cook at first. And like I go through I do all of that, but in addition to that, like who doesn't enjoy watching a little bit of like Chopped or something on the Food Network, and watching them being forced to like make gourmet dishes with jelly beans, because why not torture a bunch of professional chefs for the entire nation's entertainment? And like, so like I've seen plenty of that stuff where people are like, yes, they're being forced to cook a meal with Cheez-Its. And I'm like, all right, okay. I can see something interesting happening here. But I saw some like TikTok or like social media video a little while back that was of a person making some macaroni and cheese. And I was like, okay, all right. They're making macaroni and cheese.
No.
Everything is fine. This is all fine. They make the pasta as normal, and they get out the cheese packets, and then they mix like the milk and the cheese packet together. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever, it's fine. And then they fucking put it all in a food processor with a whole ass box of Cheetos, hot Cheetos, with a whole ass like bag of hot Cheetos, and they puree it into a slurry. They turn this already like revolting Kraft mac and cheese. It's not revolting. Kraft mac and cheese is a perfectly fine meal. I enjoy it. They turn this perfectly acceptable
disclaimer text.
Yeah, they turn this perfectly acceptable, completely edible meal into this horrifying, like blushing traffic cone red capsaicin like oozing slush.
Whoa, that's hell of a description.
That they then dump all over these noodles. I'm almost crying. I need everybody to know. Like they dump it all over these poor elbow noodles. And then after they have done this,
think of the elbow noodles.
They have the audacity.
Oh no.
The audacity to pour this into a bowl and serve it, and then like eat it on camera and be like, it's so good. And I'm just like, you know not what you have done. This is so wrong on so many levels. You could have used those hot Cheetos in any other way, but instead you made them into a slurry.
You used your hot Cheetos for evil.
I want to understand. I can't. I've laid awake at night for hours staring at the ceiling, trying to figure out what went through this person's head as they were making this how-to video. And I can't figure it out, guys. I can't figure it out.
I will say, first of all, thank you, not Edgefit, for the $150 donation. Thank you so much. Apparently, we've reached 2,000, so that's a thing.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing, you guys.
You all are incredible, Lucas. They're coming for you.
Yeah. They truly are. Oh my god.
Anyway, can we get an F in the chat for John? No, I do need to actually wipe my eyes after that. I am crying.
Okay,
A
so
little
while
bit.
you're recovering from yours, I've got mine, and it is truly like. So, I was attending a friend's wedding in the middle of fucking nowhere,
tissues.
Idaho. Oh no, John, I'm so sorry.
Wait, no. Hold on. Wait. No, where is it? Please continue the story. I'll find
Okay.
it in a moment.
It's just in the middle of of nowhere, Idaho. Just literally there's nowhere. And so the morning of the wedding, I was in the wedding party, and we went the wedding party went to breakfast together at this little tiny restaurant in this place, and I ordered biscuits and gravy because that's my go-to meal. Anywhere I go, because it's really hard to fuck up biscuits and gravy. Like it's not that hard. There are things that are harder to fuck up, but it's still I mean it's a rural area where you figure you know what, these people know how to make biscuits and gravy. Let me tell you right now, they did not.
No.
So I order biscuits and gravy because it's one of my favorite breakfasts. And what I get is these they're very big biscuits, which mostly tasted like nothing. But that's not the worst of it. The worst of it is that the gravy, if I say biscuits and gravy, you probably assume it's some sort of white sausage gravy, right? It's some sort of when it's gonna have no. Let me tell you right now, that's not what I got. I got this horrifying translucent chicken gravy that was mostly chicken stock and just these loose pieces of chicken, and it tasted like nothing, and also what I imagine like uh this is gonna be very gross, but what I imagine the mucus layer around organs
Mm.
would taste like, and it is just
Wow.
I took one bite of that and I nearly lost what little I still had in my stomach because it is terrible. It was terrible. This felt like reduced chicken stock is what it tasted or what it looked like, and the consistency of it was just this bizarre, almost gelatinous kind of.
But I think I know how they made it. Oh God.
And it didn't taste like basically anything. I honestly could have been eating library paste. It could have been anything. It was just the worst thing. I took one bite and I regretted it instantly, and this is a crime, a true crime against all things that are good and sacred. That true and time-honored breakfast food group. It is just horrific. Anyway, I'm done.
It's got to bury it under some Tabasco. It'd be good.
The thing that's
Nothing would have saved that, Freeman. Nothing but the fires of hell themselves would have fixed that.
So the bomb. I got some of that too in the back of my refrigerator.
Just cover it in ghost peppers so that my taste buds just disintegrate before that stuff touches my tongue.
Man, this one's a hard one for me because I'm a garbage can.
Yeah, that's true.
So you know if it bothers you, then that it is truly a food crime.
It must be. Well, here's something that is a food crime, all right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, just because the egregious amount of sugar that's in it. All right, don't make your mac and cheese with Gatorade as the liquid base. If you want your noodles to be blue or red or purple noodles, Infinite Horizon, then you better get some food dye. But do not make them with Gatorade. You know how much sugar is in a Gatorade? I don't know, 21 grams. Yeah. And then of course you add on top of that, I like mac and cheese, but honestly, the packet, the cheese packet, what's in there? All right. Right. So now you got the cheese packet with whatever's in there. And then you have the sugary Gatorade. I mean, and it looks like cotton candy that's been microwaved and then left in the microwave for a couple of weeks, and then you open it up and then you look and you're like, okay, well then, this is You throw the microwave
I am in
away.
hell.
You throw the microwave away.
I think you give up on the whole house at that point. Like,
Just throw the
you
whole
just-
house away.
Just call it good. Yeah.
like,
Like I won't even do that. I won't even do that. That just does not sound. I don't know. Maybe y'all don't. Maybe some of you would want to try that. I won't even try that once. Like,
In conclusion, people, treat your food the way you would like your food to treat you. That actually works. I thought it was going to be complete nonsense, but it actually makes perfect sense. Like,
yeah. And it's also an excellent case for putting pineapple on pizza. You want to eat your food, so you want it to eat you.
Yeah.
It's the circle of life.
anyway.
I mean, at that point, just throw some.
Start over in a new town
Yeah,
at that point.
yeah. Just leave the state.
Yeah.
All
Grow a
right.
mustache, shave it
Let's-
off, change your name, move to a different state. Like,
Let's go on. Remy donated $5. Oh, by the way, when are we doing our giveaways?
that's a good question. When do we want to give our
I don't
our
know.
giveaways?
So just a reminder to everybody. Here's a quick little reminder. Those were words. I just sort of smashed them together for efficiency.
Loved it. Loved it.
So, just a reminder to everybody, we're doing a giveaway for Astroneer game codes that were generously provided to us by Genopedia of Astroneer, the community manager for Astroneer. So if you would like a free copy of Astroneer, would enter to win by doing !ramble into the chat. If you have already entered, do not enter again because Nightbot will disqualify you. If you have already won an Astroneer giveaway, also we kindly ask you not to enter again. But yeah, so let's say we'll give it to how about on the hour, and then we'll try to be faster about the next one, so we can give away the remaining ones that we've got this tonight in this stream.
Yes, so we will roll 3 times, and currently there
Or are we
are.
just gonna do them all at once?
I mean, we could do them all at
Okay,
once.
yeah, that's fine then. Then we won't. Then we could actually probably wait a little bit longer than just
Okay,
on the hour.
just do them like quarter after, maybe.
Yeah. Let's.
All right.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
Currently, by the way, because I can see this information, there are Nightbot. Why are you entered? Nightbot entered
has
the giveaway.
won the giveaway.
I've seen it happen. Currently,
Rigged.
there are
It's rigged.
currently there are 4 people entered, so the odds are very they're very much in your favor right now if you enter. So.
Before we get into our next rant, Littlest Drummer asked Freeman, "Where did you get your Stein?"
I got this Stein at the year before 2019's Gen Con.
Yeah.
I don't remember the booth we went to,
Was it-
unfortunately.
It was that like leather goods booth.
Yeah, it was a leather goods booth, I think. The thing is they have Gen Con has trillions of booths. You can get lost in that hall for hours, and I did get lost. And so there's many mugs and everywhere, but I think it was a leather goods place at Gen Con of 2019, and it's a D20 leather
Hell yeah.
strap around it, and I think it's pewter. And yeah, I love this mug. I pulled it out for today specifically. I packed it away for a while because it's just taking up space. I pulled it out specifically for today because why not?
Yeah,
been a while.
absolutely.
So yeah, it's a very nice mug. Try to remember, I'm sure you can find them online too. Just don't remember
Yeah, I wish I could remember where you got it, because it was because most of those booths at Gen Con, they have websites that you can go to afterwards.
Yeah, and I have a stack of cards I picked up too. I just can't find them at the moment. So.
Mine end up in a pile or stack, and never mind.
Some of my
bizarre, obscure.
That weirdly got it to focus better on my face. You can still see my Gen Con 2019 pass behind me right now, actually hanging off of my lamp. It just sits there until
nice.
Until I'm allowed to go to Gen Con again. It will stay close to me.
I'm fine.
We're just out of reach.
Nothing happened. Anyway, Remy donated $5. Thank you, Remy. Argument I always have with people: magic versus alchemy. I'm on the alchemy side. I like structure and rules to reality-breaking forces. It's easier for me to understand, though I do see the appeal with magic. Be free form and fluid. It's personally not for me. All right, magic versus alchemy.
Okay.
for everybody. So let's go.
Mhm.
Man, this is such a wild one. Actually, I kind of want to just go off about Stephen R. Donaldson's
do it.
like
Do it.
essay
free.
about magic, right? Okay, so this is, and I've talked about this like a zillion times on Ramblemancy before, but you know, I think it's been a while since I brought up my favorite essay by an old SFF author. So here we go. There's this really cool essay that I read when I was researching for my senior paper called I can't remember actually what it's called, but it's just about like magic in well, it's not about magic. It's about the difference between like fantasy and like realistic fiction, and it spends a fair bit of time talking about magic and how it's like a manifestation of a character's personal charisma, and like their outward expression of magic is like a exaggeration essentially of their inner like personal power. And so like I think that like there's an interest. I don't know. It's interesting to me to think about like the difference between these two things in that context, because like you can have alchemical like very like cause and effect, strictly like ruled or limited magic that's also still a manifestation of that personal like inner energy, I think, which is very very interesting, because I think a lot of times people think of like heroic fantasy magic as being the kind that always has to be the stuff that is like, you know, I always think of Patrick Rothfuss's like naming versus like, I can't remember do you remember what they called the sympathy, yeah, which is like just the most physics-based magic that you could possibly get to. And so I don't know, it's cool to see them coexist, but also
That's what I was gonna say. I'm sorry. Were you done?
no, you can go ahead.
Okay,
You can go ahead.
That's
I'm
what
just
I was gonna say. Here's my, much like with the pineapple on pizza versus not pineapple on pizza rant. I'm gonna go ahead and rant about the middle position, because quite frankly, I don't think that if the issue is a basis on rules versus free form and open ended, I will say to you that I don't, if my magic doesn't have rules and it, in some way treated in its own right as a science, then I don't want it. I love when magic when some, I'm just not smart enough to do this myself in my own world building, but I love when magic has its own rules, similar to like what Remy is describing as alchemy having, where it's based in some kind of core conceits, much like in King Killer Chronicles with sympathy, like John was mentioning,
Mhm.
where it has its rules, much like we have Newtonian physics, right? We've got like the rules of motion and like those sort of things. Like, I think that's fascinating. So I personally think that magic should have rules. So this actually has nothing to do with the question that Remy asked, but I'm ranting about something else. And I'm ranting, here's my hot take. Magic should have rules. Magic should be a science in and of itself. Because if it is just whatever goes, anything can happen in there, and it's just sort of this lawless hellscape of Vancian bullshit, then what are we even doing? I think that's the opposite of world building. That's just stuff happens for no reason. And like, that's not interesting, it's not creative, it's not fun for anybody. So I'm not going to say for anybody. Some people might have a good time with that, but they're wrong. I'm just kidding. I would never say that. That's all I got. Yeah. Magic should have rules. In conclusion, fuck you, I'm right.
Yeah, like really just internal consistency. That's all I desire.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. Well, I'm not about either of them. Okay, listen. There is this like whatever
both of them.
like whatever makes a match go is fine. Phosphorus sulfate, fine. Chemicals, boosh. And then you've got like the other thing, and I don't know what it even is magic, but how about this? How about this? I'm gonna say how about this one more time. Oh, deja vu. It's prestidigitation, my friends. It's the act of making it look like you're doing magic, but you're really just calculating the right time. You're timing your moment. You're moving your fingers and your hands very fast. You're making them look that way. And before they know it, their wallet is gone. Because that is absolutely what real magic. No, it's not. Don't.
That
That's
sounds
not
like something that the
magic.
party rogue says to the wizard. Like,
That is absolutely what the rogue says. Absolutely.
Keep your evil science and devilry out of my Christian server.
Oh shit.
not in my good Christian Minecraft server.
Magic is just science we don't understand yet. Yes, I see exactly. Like
Hmm,
that's how
I
that's
like
how I
that.
tend, because like I said, I'm not smart enough to come up with real actual rules of magic. But that's why in my games I tend to in like TTRPGs for instance, or in any of my world building, I tend to treat magic as just like there are rules. It just they're not always completely understood. So, yes.
Mhm.
Relating to what Lucas was saying, it's like in a film, there's an assumption that dream sequences are super willy-nilly, whatever, but dream sequences have to be the most scripted and set up. Ooh, that's a really good point. I actually really dig that.
Hey, remember that time we wrote a dream sequence for Dungeons and Dorm Rooms?
Remember that time I wrote a dream sequence for literally anything Peach does in Infinite Horizon?
Yeah, true.
I love dream
Well,
sequences so much.
Wrote.
Wrote.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point and very cool. I've never thought about that before, and I'm gonna have to sit on that one for a little bit. The Infinite Construct, hello and welcome. You can do no rules magic, but that becomes what the story is about, a world where magic can be completely unpredictable. That's actually a good point too. I like that. I like that a lot. Also, everybody, if you haven't already, you should follow the Infinite Construct on YouTube because they have incredible videos on Numenera and the Cipher System, and yours truly was recently on one of them doing an interview. Truly a well put together and very informative video. There's some really good stuff in there, so go follow the Infinite Construct on YouTube.
That was a good video. Y'all are so smart when you talk. I love it. I love
Listen,
listening.
I completely just blacked out, and afterwards I was like, "Did I say that? I don't remember saying that." But
I'm just gonna.
so I just sort of blacked out and let the spirit of the GM possess me for like an hour or two. Yeah. So
Love that.
Well, we don't have a handy shout out command for linking to YouTube. It's only for Twitch. So I'm just going to drop their YouTube URL in chat just in case anyone wants to go follow them because they're excellent.
Yes. Okay. I think we got okay. Bye, Olivia. Thank you for coming and being mad about my commentary about Lost.
Take care. That'll be some other content later.
By the way, in just 13 minutes, giveaway.
That's right. We're going to be giving away, as we've said before, we're going to be giving away some Astroneer game codes generously provided to us by Genopedia, community manager of Astroneer. So if you want to have your very own chaotic space adventures and dig tunnels into alien planets, dig to the core and unearth bizarre gateways and strange alien artifacts, you can enter right now to win the giveaway by typing !ramble into the chat. Only do so once or Nightbot will disqualify you. And if you have already won one of these from our charity giveaways, please kindly do not enter again. So yeah. Thanks, everybody. We're going to be doing that drawing in, what is it, 12 minutes now? 12 minutes. So, do that. All right. I saw another donation from Danny. It says, you can only choose one for the rest of time. Fuck around or find out. Stretch the definition of those as far as you want or need to create a debate. I like the cut of your jib. Okay.
Okay.
No,
all right.
I can't believe I just said that. Anyway.
This is an easy, and Koala is Koala still in chat?
I think so.
I swear I saw Koala in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Koala is still here. It wasn't Koala that left. See, this is one that I have an easy answer to because anytime Koala and I play video games together, I fuck around and Koala finds out. So like it's an easy choice for me.
John,
I just
I'm going to stop you right there. I'm just going to say that's anybody when you're playing video games with them. John fucks around and everybody else finds out.
So I think choosing fuck around for the rest of my life is truly just choosing the default state in which I live most of the time. Really is I fuck around and everybody else gets to find out.
They said also, because if you fuck around, remember, you can never again in any situation find out. You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. That would be essentially choosing to live without consequences. Okay, but hear me out. Okay, here we go. Just because this is who I am as a person and I just like to go against the grain. I'm going to choose sorry, Freeman. So here's what we're ranting about now. Danny donated to say you can only choose one for the rest of time. Fuck around or find out. And stretch the different definitions of those as far as you want or need to create a debate. So I'm going to say find out, because here's the thing. If not for consequences, if we're defining, if we take the definition of fuck around or of find out to be experiencing consequences, and to choose fuck around being to choose never to have consequences, then I would choose only having consequences, because I would not be who I am without having had consequences. I have learned so much from doing things that required me to learn from just horrific choices I've made. Now, I understand that there is an intrinsic fuck around component to this consequence-based learning model. However, I should say that you can learn just as well from the consequences of somebody else's actions as you can from the consequences of your own. So, in conclusion, I say, I'm not gonna. In conclusion, I choose find out, because consequences make you who you are. All right, let's go.
I have an interesting question, right? Are you incapable of finding out from other people, or of like ever finding out at all if you choose fuck around? Because like I have an interesting like question about like relationship dynamics. Like, can you be like what happens when two fuck arounds are friends, and what happens when a fuck around is friends with a find out, right? How do these two like relate?
We've now entered a dystopian society where at birth people are given labels to either fuck around or to find out, and each one is excluded from the other until one day a chosen one was born who was both a fuck around and a find out, and it was up to them to save all of humanity from this dystopian society. And I've now written every YA dystopia novel. All right, let's move
on. I was just gonna say, actually, if you had pitched that to somebody in like 2008,
Geekouts starring Jennifer Lawrence. Incredible.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And Hemsworth, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Oh God.
Yeah. Anyway, I was gonna say, if you pitch that to somebody in like 2008, you'd have like 3 movies.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which is about 2.5.
All right, but hold on. So Danny is challenging us to stretch the definitions of fuck around and find out as far as possible. So like, I'm not sure that I'm smart enough to do that, but we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Okay. So, what's the like farthest extreme that we could stretch either one of those? Like, does the find out? Like, does that mean like being incapable of learning anything ever? Because if so, that's terrible.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's what I'm trying.
Incapable of learning, like you just cannot internalize the lessons of any kind of consequences. It's not necessarily not experiencing consequences. It's just not ever being able to learn from them. Because I know some people like that, and
yikes. Yeah, so like I do have to wonder, like, is that what the choice of fuck around means, is that you were incapable of learning anything ever again, or is it just that you can't learn from the consequences of something? But the problem with that is, like, most of the time, most of like humans learning things is human fucks around, human finds out, or maybe another human finds out as a result of their fucking around. So can a fuck around like find anything, fuck around or find out? I'm just like, it's a truly horrifying thought to like imagine a world in which a significant portion of the population is incapable of ever learning from anything.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and then as far as like the find out, like like or the fuck around, right? Like that's just like lack of expression. Like you would literally only ever be able to do the things that were directly prescribed to you to do because you have no fuck around. You cannot experience new things on your own volition. You like have to be prescribed things, so you would just go with the law of least effort at all times, which as far as I'm concerned most humans do anyway. But like just you'd go with the law of least effort at all times. You like go with the path of least resistance, and you just never be able to learn anything. So like, well, I think what we're
It's like-
learning here is that like to be human is to be both fuck around and find out. To be an accomplished, well-rounded person, you must both fuck around and find out.
You listen, all humans have two stats: fuck around and find out.
But that's true, though. That's true.
As long as you leave your,
That's not even a hot take. That's just true.
as long as you leave the Gatorade flavored pasta out of it, then be my guest.
There are
That's
some
somebody who has
things-
gone real
there are
heavy
some
into
things
fuck
where
around.
the find out precedes the fuck around. So
Don't. I've already made one ridiculous lasers and feelings hack in the last couple of months. Don't give me a reason to make another.
okay, but is
mistake.
that not just most lasers and feelings? Is that not just lasers and feelings?
Mhm.
I think it is.
It's basically
I think
just
it
fuck
would be
around and find out.
redundant to write a fuck around and find out hack for lasers and feelings.
It's like it's too
yeah.
broad actually. Like lasers and feelings. This is just a like tiny free game design mini rant, but I feel like lasers and feelings hacks have to actually be like very focused, because like anything that's as broad as fuck around and find out is just like the soul of lasers and feelings, like you said. Like it has to be something hyper focused, like lasers and feelings, or you know, I don't know, kobolds and trench coats or something like that. I don't know who would write that.
This
game.
episode of Ramblemancy has now become Philosophancy, where we contemplate the very nature of humanity and what constitutes fucking around and finding out. To fuck around or not to fuck around? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the find outs.
Wow. Well,
I can. By the
shit.
way, just in the last 10 minutes of conversation, I can feel us just turbo demonetized on YouTube.
Oh,
in response.
100%. I don't think the word fuck has ever been said on this channel more on a stream that Caitlin was not part of. So,
Yeah.
also, Danny said the obvious choice on surface level is to fuck around. Upon further thought, it is to find out. But then you think if everyone only finds out, then no one can ever fuck around. It really makes you think.
Mhm.
All right, I think we've given that as much time as wow, way to throw Caitlin under the bus. Caitlin lives under the bus, okay? Like that's where Caitlin exists. I'm sorry. What just happened?
Oh my god, the next one. I think we've had
Alright.
this argument before in our college
Okay,
friends group
okay,
chat,
okay.
Lucas.
Karaoke night donated
Okay.
$5 to say, would you drink a cup of nacho cheese per day for unlimited quality Wi-Fi? Clarifying information: the Wi-Fi is everything you've ever wanted. You may not use the cheese as a sauce. You must drink it. It is one full cup and can only be nacho cheese.
Does the cheese harm me as drinking a cup of cheese would normally do?
I think my suspicion is that in all ways that are pertinent, the cheese is it behaves as normal nacho cheese. So, yep, Karaoke Night says yes. All right, so I unfortunately don't think I have a rant about this because for me there's a very clear answer, and the answer is no. No, I would not. And I think the answer to this question, your answer to this question, depends on the state of your Wi-Fi currently. Like, if you have just garbage Wi-Fi, then that might change your answer, as opposed to if you have pretty much like perfectly fine Wi-Fi. Then, although I will say that Karaoke Night did specify that the Wi-Fi is everything you've ever wanted. So
Yeah, like beautiful, like 500 up at like a gigabyte down or some ridiculous stuff. Like Hmm. See, like I think can I be strategic about my consumption of the cheese in exchange for my devil's bargain of quality Wi-Fi? Can I choose some days? I feel like if I could, I would choose some days to slam my cup of cheese and gain the powers of Wi-Fi for 24 hours and do whatever fell things I needed to do that
I
required
think
that
it
much bandwidth.
specifically says drink a cup of nacho cheese per day for unlimited quality Wi-Fi. So
All
I
right,
think it is
all right.
predicated on your doing so once per day.
On your continued chugging of nacho cheese.
This is a real Faustian deal you've proposed to us today. This is a real Faustian bargain you've presented us with.
I will pack up my bag and I will move to the mountains.
Instead of drinking the cheese, Freeman chooses to give up Wi-Fi entirely and just moves to the mountains.
You know what though? You know what? I'd do it. I would do it because I would honestly, if you heat it up enough, it's basically no different than drinking like if you've ever had broccoli cheddar or broccoli cheddar and ham soup. It's functional. No, that's not true. It's no different. You'd have to do a lot of like mental gymnastics to like get your head around the fact that like convince yourself that you're basically just drinking soup. So like yeah, exactly, cheese soup. So I don't know. I think yeah, I think I might do it. I eat a lot of cheese anyway, so if it's just gonna be like it is
If
too
it's-
much cheese. But
I know I paid for you to answer this question, but I still want to say thank you for humoring me.
this is less of a rant and more of a hypothetical answering. So you know what? I'm just gonna say hypothetically, I'd probably do it. I'd do it. I'd drink the cheese.
Yeah. Yeah. I think see, yeah, I think I would also drink the cheese.
Koala says not a big cheese fan. Is that controversial? Is that a hot take? Why would you say something so controversial and yet so brave?
Oh, by the way, it's about giveaway time.
Oh, it sure is. Look at that.
So, I am in control of Nightbot. So I'm going to hold my hands up for a few more seconds because I realize there is stream delay. But now is the final moment for you to enter. When my hands disappear, that is when the drawing will happen. So we're just going to very slow. Oh wait, no. We can make this festive. Hold on, I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, perfect.
Good.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh,
Heck
we can
yeah.
make
Okay.
it even more festive than that. Hold on.
Cool.
Hold on.
All right.
Oh
nice
my-
and festive for the giveaway.
We're gonna do a festive giveaway time. It's festive giveaway time. And yes, I am gonna do the announcement this way.
All right, here we go. Here we go. My friends. Boom.
Adelaide Elliott has won the giveaway. Congratulations, Adelaide Elliott. You have won. A moderator, probably John, will DM you to give you your code. Congratulations. Okay, that's enough.
And again.
I forgot there were more. Congratulations, Bookish Oddish, on winning the second of our codes tonight. They probably John will DM you with your code. Congrats. And finally,
We have
a Ninja Penguin has won the giveaway for the third and final Astroneer code. Congratulations, Ninja Penguin. You have won. You will be DM'd with that code. Alright, that's it. I'm done.
Holy.
The funniest part about that is that
smokes.
I don't hear it, so it's funnier to you than it is to me.
It's so good.
It is amazing. It's
the way
amazing.
I don't know if you were talking even like slightly different than you were normally talking, but the
And
way
you
that
never will, sir.
And you never will, sir.
So yeah, congrats, Adelaide Elliott, Bookish Oddish, and Ninja Penguin on winning the final Astroneer codes that we are giving away. So enjoy those codes and the game. Giveaway auto-tune song. Thank you, Geekouts. I will definitely be listening to that later because I do not know what it sounds like.
Oh.
Before we get into our next rants, I am going to very quickly step away and go to the bathroom. So I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to just quickly message our game keys up.
Sounds good. Yeah, like I said earlier, it's kind of hard for me to make a debate against bad egregious foods, except for the one I mentioned, because at one point when I was doing trail maintenance some years ago, I had nothing left but a tortilla, a can of Spam, peanut butter, and some trail mix. And I thought, tortilla is such an excellent way to deliver a food item from the plate to your mouth. So I proceeded to wrap the Spam and the trail mix and peanut butter in a tortilla, and I ate that. We had 6 miles to hike back that day, and I needed the protein. So that's kind of why what do you think of that, chat?
Absolutely wild.
It's
Okay, cool. Lucas
Shit.
has returned just in time
The
for me to
chair.
have distributed every single one of the codes. So Bookish Oddish, Adelaide Elliott, both of you should have the code and a little congrats message from me in your Twitch DMs. And Ninja Penguin, since I can hunt you down on Discord, I went ahead and sent it to your Discord DMs, so you can check it there. Just to be clear, these are Steam keys, so you can redeem these on Steam for a copy of Astroneer, again, courtesy of Genopedia, the community manager over at Astroneer Game. So.
Okay, so
Woo.
I saw the next one was from not Edge of It. Then I wonder who it could have possibly been. The cost of hero worship of Rolkin, Jolkin, Jolkin, Tolkien. The, of course, actual name of J.R.R.
Of course.
So, the cost of hero worship. Interesting.
I think this is one of those ones where we've kind of covered this ground a little bit before, but like we truly like this will be the final like emphatic like gesturing of us being like the world as a whole. It is okay to move on, everyone. This is my take. It is okay. It is okay for you to move on from Tolkien-esque fantasy, and I might add, unless it is critical to the plot of your novel, please don't invent a language for me to learn.
Looking at you, Christopher Paolini.
Please don't. You don't have to do it. You like nobody is forcing you to make up your own language for your fantasy novel. Like if it's critically important, make up a language for your fantasy novel. You don't have to. Please don't. I'm begging you.
Let's see. I don't really have a Tolkien rant, frankly, other than like it.
Like about Tolkien or the books, like
truly,
or both.
I think choose whichever one you're able. Now, here's what I have to say about this, which is that here comes my English major. Here we go. You ready? T.S. Eliot once said something along the lines of, because I have a terrible memory for exact quotes and I'm just going to paraphrase, but T.S. Eliot basically said that everybody has a responsibility in the arts to keep track of and have attention to like what came before and the traditions that led to where you are, the traditions that made the art form as it exists today. That said, each individual also has a responsibility to innovate, to extend beyond those things, and to build on tradition beyond those things. So, what I would say is that we, as a fantasy-loving society, we've given Tolkien way too much stage time. Like, it's great and all, but like the things that it did for the genre and like the way that it defined various aspects of the genre, but like, come on, people. We can do better. Like, how many Tolkiens are there out there who aren't being published, who aren't interested in being published, who aren't doing that thing, who like are out there, or maybe who are published but just aren't known that well, are doing cool things that could continue to innovate the genre of fantasy and change our understanding of the whole genre. And we're too busy with our heads up our collective asses, or rather his collective ass, never mind, we're not gonna unpack that.
This is a rabbit hole we will not
go down that. But we all like need to maybe move on a little bit, not ignore and forget about, but just move on. That's it. That's all I got.
And I will say the reason that that it worked for Tolkien is that Tolkien, I'm fairly sure, was a linguistics professor, and that's why he gets away with this, because like the guy made up the language for fun, you know, because that's like the thing that he did. But like you don't have to be a linguist to, or like hire a linguist to write your fantasy novel for you, because it's not a mandatory portion of it. It's just something that he did because like he was good at it, you know. And Elvish absolutely sounds beautiful, and I feel like
John, do you prefer Sindarin or Quenya?
Well, actually, now that you mention it,
full disclosure, I do not know the difference.
Here's an important thing that I want to put to rest right away. I want it to go away forever.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
There's a reason why they did not have the Eagles take them over to Mordor to dump the ring into the fucking mountain, okay? Listen to me closely. It was a matter of secrecy and stealth. They made the party small so that they would not draw attention. Look, 4 hobbits were roaming across the countryside and they almost got snapped up, okay? There's 9. Imagine 9 on eagles going over the mountains, not to mention, can you imagine if Gwaihir, the Wind Lord, got his talon on the one ring for whatever reason they wanted to, and became the one eagle with the one ring of darkness? Can you imagine how messed up that would be?
Be pretty.
Do you want to see that?
Like, and just even from a logistical standpoint, the Nazgul have flying mounts. There are 9 of them. Like, you'd have to land.
9
you can't just like pitch the ring.
Companions for the 9 riders, and then they never face the 9 riders together.
So like Tolkien's editor just like really dropped the ball on that one. Like, you set this up back in book 1, but
this is a real Chekhov's gun situation that you've got going on here that just doesn't ever bear fruit. So
no, Bombadil stays.
Okay, all right. You want to hear my Lord of the Rings hot take? Well, you're gonna have to donate for it because I will rant. Actually, no. You know what? If y'all are taking requests, if you want to donate and just don't know what to tell us to rant about, donate to get me to rant about Star Wars prequels, or just Star Wars in general. Just a little like nudge for you there. This isn't this. I'm not gonna rant about this because nobody asked me to, but not that that's ever stopped me in the past, but I'm fine with Tom Bombadil. The end. That's it.
Yeah, no, he's a pretty chill dude.
I meant like just his place in the story, but
I love that he did not have.
Also agree. I can also agree that he didn't need to be in the movies. So,
yeah,
and I agree that we don't need to know any more about him than we already do. There has to be some mystery.
Tommy B.
Tommy
Hey,
B.
Yes.
Tommy B, man, he's just outside the.
Hey, it's
what's
Tommy B. You know, he's over there. He's sitting in the old forest. He's got his
Yeah,
wife
you-
Goldberry, who's the daughter of the river. You know, Tommy B. Tommy B. You know what?
He's just a guy, you know.
He's just a guy.
Just a
He's just a
guy.
guy being a dude. He doesn't want the one ring. He doesn't want power. He's just a guy being a dude. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck. This is truly lovely. Truly.
Anyway, I've got some seriously weird energy today, y'all, and
Oh my God.
it's mostly
same.
I'll full
Same here.
disclosure. It's because I need to be able to keep up my energy to be able to do rants of any kind. So
Mhm. I
Yeah.
I don't know where I found the energy for the Cheetos rant. It just came from somewhere deep inside, like the Cheetos mac and cheese rant. It just came from somewhere deep inside me.
all right, I just saw Gemini Lightning donated $10. Thank you, thank you. So topic for rant: Infinite Horizon should be produced by a live play animation comic movie Netflix. Pick one and argue. Okay. So here's the thing, Gemini, and I don't think you were here when we said, but with a $10 donation, you can pick one specific person to rant about this, or if you want, we can just we can go off, all of us go off as we have been. So it's up to you. Yeah, hang out and wait for that. Can you believe that it's already like the end?
It's 10:30.
Yeah, it's already like we're already at our ending time.
No, I can't believe it.
I super can't.
I was a tiny bit
Well-
worried that we would run out of steam at some point, but no, like we have just been fueled this
No,
whole time by
this
the
is
chaos.
my favorite thing to do. Plus, I was ranting about the whole Lord of the Rings thing earlier too, so that was kind of perfect.
Yeah. Oh my god. Geek outs. Geek outs is Star War or Star Wars. All right. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Since I don't, Gemini, I want John to argue about why it should be a Netflix series. All right, cool.
I want John to argue about why it should be a Netflix series. Okay, actually, though, just consider for a moment the amount of quality animated series that Netflix has just been cranking out lately. Like, if we think about, and this is just me like thinking about the things that I've consumed recently on Netflix, like Hilda, amazing
She-Ra.
like kids show, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, absolutely incredible adaptation.
Kipo and the
Like-
Age of Wonder Beasts. Sorry.
Yeah. Into the Spider-Verse, right? So many just amazing. That was a Netflix original, right?
I don't think so.
Wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure that got released in theaters.
Maybe it did.
I don't think that's a Netflix original.
I think Kipo
Okay.
is though.
Yeah. Keep on the Wonder
I'm pretty
Beast.
sure Spider-Verse is not a Netflix thing.
It's on Netflix,
Yeah.
which is why I think I made, and that's where I first watched it. Kipo super is though. Anyway, so many high quality like animated series coming out of Netflix, and I think like I would be absolutely thrilled to see what they could do with like the concept and the like story so far of Infinite Horizon. Like
I'm gonna complicate this. I'm gonna complicate this. Live action or animated?
ooh, all right. Yeah, you said Netflix series, not just animated series. So I think this does complicate the matter, right? Because there are also a lot of they've done a lot of good live action series too. And here's the problem is that I truly don't know which of those is more expensive to produce, because Netflix does have this issue where like they do the 2 seasons and done because it's the most cost efficient. But really just got to throw a wrench in the works there for me, Lucas.
Geeko says they did both for Altered Carbons, which is true. So, you know.
Huh.
I think I'd rather see an animated series. I think I almost because Infinite Horizon to me is like, because of the super heroic like aspects of it, and because it's kind of like this sci-fi setting mixed with like all of the fun stuff about superheroes, like it reads like a comic book, and like the closest thing that you can get to it being a comic book on a Netflix series is animation, right? I think it would make an amazing like comic book style animated series. That's my take.
That said, I know nobody asked me to rant about this, and I'm not going to rant. I'm just going to throw this out there. I have seen like the first couple seasons of Gotham.
Hmm.
If you pay attention to them, like so many of the shots are framed like panels in a comic book.
That's so true.
And I think if you were to do live action Infinite Horizon, you would have to do it that way, where the cinematography would have to be one that reflects sort of more of a comic book kind of framing. That said,
See-
I will also say that Infinite Horizon, while it does contain superheroes, structurally, it isn't very comic book.
Hmm.
So I'm just throwing that out there.
I think to me also because like TTRPGs for whatever reason, because you have like the way that like combat and like the way that encounters kind of break down in TTRPG storytelling, at least the ones that like heavily involve game mechanics, they tend to have like those snapshot moments, and those at least in my head always read as like comic panels or comic pages.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a universal experience.
That's a me thing. So like but yeah, and now see, because now I'm thinking about like Infinite Horizon as a live action series with like the production value of something like The Expanse, and I'm like,
Who does Anthony Mackie play? Good question.
who does Anthony Mackie play? Cast. We actually,
Bino.
Lucas, you've actually made fan casting, or like
have,
you've
yeah.
made castings for I think most of the NPC, like recurring NPCs
Yeah,
and stuff.
I could see Anthony Mackie being. It's not who I would have picked. It's not who I pictured, but I could see Anthony Mackie being a very like a good oh God, what's his name? The major, the leader of Scrapyard Squadron. But that's not who I pictured. If you want to know who I pictured, I actually pictured Daniel Day Kim as that's who I pictured. We've come full circle. We're talking about Lost again. But yeah, no, I pictured the major as Daniel Day Kim. So and just I am actually working on some of those. So because I've had some ideas. TM. Okay, so I've got Sebastian Stan as the. I don't know if that works out, but okay, so we've got I saw somebody Geek Out said Star War or Star Wars. I don't know what you mean by that. But I am going to rant about Star Wars. So here we go. Because it takes almost no prompting to get me to do this. So here's what I'm going to say. These are my real opinions, my real hot takes. So that's a thing that I am including in this. So just so you know. The Star Wars prequels. Let's talk about that for a second, because I'm going to say this right now, and I know I'm going to get some flack for it. I am not. There's been a lot of Hayden Christensen apologizing lately, and I am not here for it. People are talking about how like he's actually a really good actor, and it's the writing that screwed him over. But I'm going to tell you right now that Ewan McGregor and Natalie Portman had to deal with the same writing in that series in the prequels, and they were fine. Hayden Christensen just flubbed it, frankly. And so yeah. So there is that. Now, if I was going to change one thing and one thing alone about the prequels, it would be how they treated Anakin Skywalker, because you should not have, like, in a prequel series, by definition, a prequel exists after the original thing, because otherwise it's just the original thing. So a prequel, by definition, has to come after the original thing, which means that there's a lot of people who already fucking knew that Darth Vader was Anakin Skywalker, which means we don't need to use foreshadowing as a tool here, okay? You don't need to be like, ooh, he's so dark. He's got this dark streak. What's going to happen? We already know. We've known for like 20 years. We already know. You don't need to foreshadow. You know what's more interesting? A more interesting mystery and question? How does this upstanding, wonderful, exemplary Jedi become Darth Vader? Not like, how does this absolute cinnamon roll become the most feared person in the galaxy. That's so much more interesting. So you don't need to foreshadow that shit, okay? Foreshadowing is a tool that is absolutely useless, because foreshadowing is a tool that you use when when the audience doesn't know what's going to happen, okay? You don't do that. Jumper was a fun concept, bad execution. Exactly. That's specifically anybody who has any doubts about Hayden Christensen's acting, maybe he's improved since then, but I'm just saying, in the Star Wars prequels, watch Jumper. Terrible. Anyway, I'm gonna continue my rant, because I have some opinions, TM. I don't like the sequel trilogy, but it's not for the reasons that edgy boys on Reddit don't like it. I don't like the sequel trilogy because it lost what I think sight of what I think is the heart of Star Wars, which is that Star Wars, at least the Skywalker saga, has and always has been a story about the battle between good and evil, not externally, but internally. At no point is that ever once explored in the sequel trilogy. Not once. Fight me on this. You're wrong. I'm not saying there's no other redeeming qualities about the sequel trilogy. I am saying that it lost sight of what the Skywalker saga is about. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. Anyway, we're done. I'm done with that.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. We have
hot damn.
Rose donated for the worst musical. That's it. That's the whole prompt. And I actually have an answer to this one.
Wait. Sorry. I just want to respond to this real fast. So while we're still so Edge of It, I was specifically talking about the sequel trilogy. So like Rey, Finn, whatever, not the prequels, because even the prequels got that part of it right. Even the prequels got the internal conflict, internal struggle between good and evil. Even the prequels got that right. So, and I am loath to give the prequels any credit for anything. So,
man, yeah.
Anyway,
No, I was just gonna say, if I was going to pick just the worst musical, it would be the one that we pitched here on this very show, not so many months ago. Which just for anyone who was not there, we did a bad pitches episode of RANTblemancy, and the whole idea was that we just make the most comically bad thing that we could make out of a few like words or concepts. And I present to you just the worst possible thing that you could imagine, which is an animated musical in the style of Cats, but it's the cast of Arthur, the children's show. And that, to me, no matter the quality of the music, will just be the most horrifying musical concept. I will never be able to pull that image from my nightmares. It will live there forever.
It's very true. It's very true. I don't even know enough about musicals to even pretend to rant about something that I know nothing about.
I know what you mean.
So I'm going to let that be John's thing. And we're going to do our last one. Well, actually, I don't know how I'm going to do this, because so here's the thing, Danny. I know you donated, but I literally cannot watch the YouTube video because I have desktop audio streaming as my streaming audio, so I can't watch it. So this will have to be.
All right, hold on. I will watch it and react, and this will be it.
That okay? Like a real time reaction.
All right, hold on. I'm just gonna.
Interesting.
Right. We have butter chicken, large format BBQ. No. Okay. All right. The thumbnail is a chicken immersed in what looks like a bowl of whipped butter. Here we go.
No.
All right.
No.
Okay.
That's so much butter.
Okay, no.
All right. Things are starting. That's a lot of sticks of butter in a bowl, and they've added some herbs and salt, and now there's lemon juice.
I hope it's not salted butter. Shit.
Yeah, I hope that's unsalted butter. It's like 8 sticks of butter. Holy shit, they're mashing it up with their hands. I really hope they wash their hands.
Okay, all right. They've smoothed it into a horrifying lake curd looking mixture. They've cut up a lot of vegetables and they're showing them to me. Good. All right. Excellent. Oh, they're putting them inside the chicken, which is like fine. I do that all the time when I roast chicken, but
Sure.
also like, yeah. All right. We're good so far. Chicken full of veg. No. Ah, why are they doing that? What are they doing? They're fucking packing it into a giant bowl full of butter.
What?
Mm-mm.
If there's a
Oh
god.
my god, they put it up on like a cake stand and they're covering it.
I thought you said a keg stand. I was trying to wrap my head around that for.
Oh wait, no, I think I know what they're doing. They filled a pan full of dry rice and now they have, okay, it's uncooked rice and then they put a bunch of vegetables and some peaches on it. And so now I think what they're going to do is like cook the rice in butter and the moisture from the vegetables. What the fuck? What did I just watch? Anyway, that went from horrifying to like, oh no, I understand now. At almost exactly the 1 minute and 30 seconds mark. So what they did, they took like a whole ass chicken and then like 8 sticks of butter and they just like coated it. So it was just like this big like egg shaped mass of herbed butter.
Oh.
And then they put it on like a bed of dried rice and uncooked vegetables and then roasted it in the oven. And the butter melts off of the chicken to cook the rice and vegetables.
No. Not the Easter I was looking for.
But just the image of somebody taking a chicken, like a stuffed chicken, and putting it into like a vat of butter and then just taking like one finger and going into it is just... I just can't handle that. I'm in the same place as you right now, Freeman.
Well, on that note,
I'm glad you could experience it for us. Thank you, John, for
thank you for sharing your reactions here.
thank you for so we don't have to watch it.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
On that note, we have
I will watch it.
come to the end of RANTblemancy. And I'm so
This
sorry.
is so.
I'm not even.
What a
sorry.
lovely.
We are wow. So we have finished our episode of RANTblemancy, our very special episode. You're welcome. I figured this was chaotic. This was gonna be chaotic anyway, so I might as well just pull out some voice mod and do some weird stuff. So kindly cease and desist. Koala, I will not.
I love that.
I will never.
I love that we went way past our usual
so far.
past our time. I love that.
Yeah, this is like when we would actually be ending after we said that we were gonna end like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
this is we're gonna go. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming, witnessing whatever the hell this was, and for contributing to it as well as our fundraiser. This is very fun. I enjoyed this. We should do this with guests sometime.
I absolutely agree.
I think that would be very
RANTblemancy
fun.
Part 2
RANTblemancy Part 2
with a guest or many guests.
Or yeah, that's true. So we truly fucked and found out.
Yeah.
We truly fucked around and found out. Yes, that's
good.
very true.
Chat fucked around and we found out. Or did we
Something
fuck
I
around and
don't
chat
know. I
found out?
never quite understood.
There
that
was
part,
mutual fuckery in finding out.
To fuck around or to find out? That is the question. Okay. Thank you,
Well-
everybody, once again for coming by, for doing all of this. Again, this is a really big deal. We've been we're continually blown away by just the absolute goal smashing tenacity that everybody has in the community, and I'm very glad that we're able to put it towards something good. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming, watching this, for donating, for cheering us on in the chat, for just generally being here, being around. Congratulations once again to our winners for our Astroneer codes. That's Adelaide, Elliot, Bookish Oddish, and Ninja Penguin. Congratulations. Thank you so much, everybody. We will be back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific time for some Borderlands shenanigans. And I don't know what we're going to do for charity stuff, but I have a feeling we can do some pretty nuts things.
I've had some ideas.
Yeah, so it'll be wild. We'll be here once again, joined by Bree Donovan, trying to either level Freeman up or just finish the story as it is. We'll find out tomorrow. We'll see. We will. We could do some pretty wild things tomorrow. So we will be continuing our charity campaign through the end of the month. That is, I almost said January, but it is April, my friends. Through April 30th, we will be continuing the charity campaign. We've got some more specialty events coming up next week, including but not limited to the Mall Kids one-shot, which I had a fun little session 0 with the cast for that today, and it's very fun, and I'm very excited to announce them to you. A really good group who had some excellent ideas for characters that I'm so excited for y'all to meet. So we're gonna be for those who are not aware, on Wednesday, April 28th, we will be doing, in the place of Infinite Horizon, we'll be doing a Mall Kids one-shot set in the Infinite Horizon universe. So yeah, space kids in space malls. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for you to see what's going on. So, we'll have announcements for that. Oh, sorry. What?
Yes, sorry. I was just gonna say a good way to keep track of that and know where to find all those announcements is to get on the Discord.
Yes, get on Discord.
Right away.
Yeah,
it's a good place.
Yeah, we
not
won't.
Discord.
No, not
Fucking stop. My rant is gonna be about how John and Freeman continually perpetuate this meme about Discord versus. Anyway, Witchcourt Geek Outs, get out. Get the fuck out of here.
No.
So, yes, we will have more information about that at the top of the week. So we'll get that information out. I'm gonna do my best to get some promo imagery out to all of you, so you can do some fun cast announcing for the one shot, and we'll probably do something special next week for RANTblemancy as well. So, stay tuned. Stay tuned. So, we will see you hopefully tomorrow night for some Borderlands chaos, but if not, we will see you the next time you decide to come roll with us. Good night and good zone, everybody.
Hey everyone. The last half of April, Rule of Lore is raising funds for Asian Americans Advancing Justice, a national organization devoted to Asian American and Pacific Islander advocacy. We chose this campaign based on their long-standing efforts to achieve equitable civil rights for Asian Americans and their recent efforts to aid families affected by the violence in Atlanta. Since 1991, AAJC has worked tirelessly to advance civil and human rights for Asian American peoples. Through their legal advocacy program, Advancing Justice pursues cases in federal court and provides technical assistance to community partners pursuing local lawsuits. Advancing Justice addresses key civil rights issues for Asian Americans and immigrants, including racism in voting, citizenship documentation, and immigration policy. To learn more about Asian Americans Advancing Justice, you can type charity in the chat. If you'd like to donate, just type donate in chat to receive the link to our Tiltify campaign. Thanks for your support.